any of you all are here as part of the Safer Sex Spots program to fulfill one of your partner programs, please make sure you check in underneath the sign before you leave today. And this is also your last chance to log in for the quizzes. So if you want a chance to win a Dutch Brothers gift cards, the top 5 will get it. If you want to take someone out of their rank, now's a good time to start working on that. It went away. Okay, another opportunity for Dutch Brothers gift cards. As you were walking in, you may have noticed on your seat there's a couple of flyers. Please take our pre-survey. If you complete our pre-survey and our post-survey, you are entered for a Dutch Brothers gift card drawing, and we'll begin the show really soon. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boldy Me fashion show. How y'all doing tonight? Well, thank you so much for being here. I am your host, Sean Fox.
Hello, everyone. I am your host, Ameer Fofanah. And it seems I have a sidekick today.
You have a sidekick.
So,
Oh.
what you doing?
I was told I was doing this.
That's crazy. Well, we're both here.
Seems like it.
So we're gonna do it together.
Halfsies sound fair?
I'm for it.
I'm with it.
Boom.
Boom.
Welcome to the Boldy Me fashion show. We are your co-hosts. This is Sean Fox.
This is Ameer Fofanah.
And first of all, we appreciate that everyone came out. Thank you for coming. And I am now going to introduce myself. My name is Ameer Fofanah. I am a second-year student in the BIS program here at OSU.
I'm Sean Fox. I'm a senior here studying speech communications and longtime KBVR FM DJ. Woo! Shout out to everybody from KBVR. So, this event is a partnership, because that's why you're all here, right? The Boldy Me fashion show. You're not here for Ameer and I, Spencer, right? So, this event is a partnership between Student Health Services and Damn Chic magazine, put together by dedicated student leader representatives from across campus. We had designers, DJs, models, student health wellness agents, and a ton of incredibly dedicated student leaders around campus working tirelessly to put the events on that you have today. And we're really excited because the countless hours that have been put into it and the effort put in from Orange Media Network to broadcast. Everybody smile, you're on camera. KBVR TV is broadcasting, or Channel 26 on Comcast. And we're just excited to have y'all here today. So thank you again so much for coming out.
And in addition to the beautiful garments you're going to be seeing tonight, we are putting this event on mostly to raise awareness about sexual health in the multitude of forms it can take. So you'll be hearing from student speakers, our very own Corvallis House of Dharma, as well as OSU's a cappella group, Divine, just to name a few people here. Woo. Whoop, 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 whoop. So sexuality is an important aspect of all student life, and we've been working this week to help students gain a better understanding of what these topics include throughout the past few days. Even if you weren't able to attend any of our previous events, it is our hope that the show fun fact, I can't read. It is our hope that the show you will see tonight will express the hard work and culture and health we have on the campus.
So, Ameer, I have a question.
What's your question?
What does Boldy Me mean for our OSU students?
Boldy Me means to us that we want to perpetuate an inclusive environment on campus for people to feel good about their choices, especially if they differ from choices that are norms and socially accepted.
Boldy Me is about empowering students to make safe choices without the fear of being ostracized. Being bold about these decisions and how they contribute to your character as a whole is something to be proud of.
And with that said, we are honored to show you guys our judges. Each judge, will you please stand as we say your name?
Dharma Ahmed Mirza is an artist, activist, and community organizer living in Corvallis, Oregon. Dharma, a desi, queer, transgender woman, Hirja, and well-known drag performer in Central Oregon, uses her platform to make inclusive spaces and programming for marginalized communities, focusing her work on the LGBTQI+ advocacy, harms reduction, and HIV and AIDS prevention.
Let's give it up for Dharma.
Give it up.
Tori Vandeland. Tori Vandeland is a second-year Master's of Public Health student in Health Promotion and Health Behavior and is the Wellness Graduate Assistant for Student Health Services Prevention and Wellness. Go Tori. Tori works at Oregon State's focus on promoting healthy sexuality and sexual health for students through programming and campus partnerships. She loves that her work gives her the opportunity to destigmatize STIs, sex, and seeking care and testing while promoting safer sex practices and advocating for healthy, equitable, violence-free partnerships. Tori is also the workshop coordinator for the Boldy Me Health Week.
Woo! Give it up for Tori. Our next judge is Michelle Bannon. Michelle is the Associate Director for Prevention and Wellness at Student Health Services, responsible for providing leadership for violence prevention and health promotion efforts on campus. She works with the violent prevention and sexual health teams to integrate a healthy sexual framework and social justice principles as key to sexual violence prevention. A health promotion practitioner in higher education for approximately 10 years, Michelle is committed to creating environments where students of all identities feel safe and supported like they belong and that they matter, where they can grow and thrive with nothing holding them back. Give it up for Michelle.
Woo! Woo! And last but not least, we have Shivali Kadam. Shivali Kadam is a senior at Oregon State University studying chemical engineering. She is currently serving as Miss Washington County, and her professional platform is STEM to Bloom, growing the next generation of female engineers and scientists. Can we get a round of applause just for that?
Woo!
Shivali enjoys fashion and works as a model with Option.
One more time for all of our judges. Let's let them hear it.
So, judges, thank you for being here tonight. We are so excited to have y'all. The garments will be judged by our wonderful judges, and at the end of the night, as well as awards for the audience for our trivia. There's going to be a trivia portion.
Yep,
I would like to introduce the first of our three keynote speakers this evening. Please welcome Emmy Romer.
Emmy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight for the second annual Boldy Me fashion show. First up, I want to give a huge thank you and round of applause to our wonderful Boldy Me exec committee for creating this amazing event. Can we get a round of applause for them? They worked so hard, you guys. Like they said, my name is Emmy Romer, and I am the graduate assistant for violence prevention here at OSU in Student Health Services. And I am here with you tonight because I believe in OSU. I believe that we can stand strong together to be our boldest selves and promote a campus culture where sexuality is celebrated. I'm here because I love the beautiful spectrum of gender and sexual orientation that's represented here on our wonderful campus. I'm here because I know that truly celebrating our most authentic selves and being bold is a major part of combating sexual violence and rape culture. I'm here because I know that this community can end sexual violence and rape culture. And of course, I'm here to see a kick-ass show brought to us tonight by some incredibly passionate and talented OSU students. So now I want to know why you're all here tonight. So give a snap or a holler if anything I'm about to say really resonates with you or just hits you right in that core, all right? Just let me know if you're feeling it. My sexual expression is beautiful. I deserve to be who I am in the world and on this campus. I celebrate love for myself and for all those who I choose to share it with. I live, love, and engage in sexuality according to my values. I accept declination from my partner or partners with respect and humility. I am confident and comfortable in my sexual and relationship identities. I am boldly me. Thank you for those inspiring snaps and hollers. I am loving and feeling the energy in this room tonight. And you know what? It's that energy that is going to bring change and make a difference here on our campus. I became involved in this work for a lot of reasons, but the one that really gets me out of bed in the morning is something that I see here in this room right now. It can be summed up by one word, and that word is community. We're told in our everyday lives that there's more bad people than good people in this world right now. And lately, that sometimes feels like it might be true. But I'm here to tell you tonight that it's not. When I look out at you and see our campus community here at OSU, I'm reminded of all of the good people here in our community and in this room, in this space right now. Our community values will be the one to lift each other's up. Our community values will be the one to put an end to rape culture. Our community values will be the ones who boldly embody what it means to be empowered and compassionate. Our community values will be the first step in ending sexual violence for good. That's why I do this work. You all are why I do this work. Sexual violence is unfortunately ingrained into the very fabric of our culture and is all too common. It shows up everywhere we look. We hear people talk about sexual encounters as if they're games or trophies to be won. We hear people talk about other partners as if they're objects, things to be tapped or hit. We see consentless sex every day in our media. So what do? How do we prevent this? We start by knowing what sexual violence is and how it's infiltrated our culture. We start by challenging how we think about sexuality and how our friends and classmates talk about it, and each other. We start by celebrating the amazing diversity within sex and sexuality so that everyone can be their most true and authentic selves. So tonight, I stand in front of you asking you to call your friends in when you hear them refer to another person as an object. I ask you not to make assumptions about anyone's sexuality. I ask you to intervene boldly when you see something. I ask you to challenge others when you hear folks making jokes about sex. I ask you to celebrate healthy sexuality in all its forms. And finally, I ask you to be boldly you, whatever that looks like, because I'm going to be boldly me, and we are going to be boldly OSU. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your inspiration and invaluable words. Before we start the fashion show, I'd like to take a moment to thank you again for being here tonight. Damn Chic Magazine, along with OSU Student Health Services, is very proud to announce that we have amazing designers here tonight, guys. I got to take a sneak peek of this earlier. It's absolutely fantastic. And they're here tonight. They've worked incredibly hard these last few weeks. So we hope you guys could show your support for Boldly Me Week. Think that's yeah?
Yes. And the only thing we love more than you guys' beautiful faces is seeing you guys' beautiful faces while excited.
I like that.
As the models come out, please feel free to clap, cheer, and make as much noise as possible. But before any of that, I want everyone to check under their chair. There may be a cute little surprise.
What's that cute little surprise, Ameer?
This cute little surprise comes in the form of a coupon for a t-shirt.
T-shirt? It is a damn proud, Beavers Give a Damn t-shirt.
Those are the words.
If you find a coupon underneath your chair, make some noise, stand up so we can recognize you. There we go.
Lovely.
Go. Hey, we got another one right here up front. Come on, my man, stand up. There we go.
Woo!
There we go. Good energy. All right, is it time?
I think it's about time.
All right, now without further ado, let's begin our first segment of the 2018 Boldly Fashion Show. DJ, hit it. She is a senior majoring in apparel design. What inspired her Boldly Me Health Week was Cardi B, who lives in life to the boldest. Her garment is meant to show the spectrum of different possibilities of women's future, from professionalism to sexuality. You can be bold in wearing whatever you want. Excellent job.
This here is Paige Phillips. Paige is a senior public health management and policy with a business minor. Paige learned to crochet when she was 10 years old and that gave her the inspiration to create these 3 beautiful garments. If she were to create a crochet line of clothing, Paige loves the idea of calling it loose strings. I like that. These looks are inspired by some recent trends and also the idea behind Boldy Me. Her design represents happy, healthy relationships and expressing your sexuality in a positive manner. Please give it up for Paige Phillips.
It's a top-notch way to start the show.
Honestly.
High bars have been set. High bars. But let's have a round of applause one more time for our designers and models.
Woo!
Right? Started strong. Started very strong. But before we run our next set, let me introduce a truly inspirational student of self-advocacy, Shivali Kadam, with her speech Almost Didn't, But Did. Shivali.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I am going to talk a little bit about self-empowerment. So we've heard a lot of facts and information throughout the week, especially just in that slideshow, which, by the way, I totally killed. I was number 2 before they took it down. But to really apply that information, you have to feel empowered. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what that theme has looked like throughout my life. So when I was in 8th grade, we held elections for student government. I wanted a position, but I told myself that I wasn't impressive enough to earn it, so I didn't run. When I was a freshman in high school, my choir sang Reflection from the movie Mulan in our final choir concert of the year. I so badly wanted the song solo, but I told myself that I wasn't talented enough to get it, so I didn't audition. When I was a senior in high school, I had the option of choosing my next math class. I considered taking calculus, but I told myself that I wasn't smart enough to excel in it, or any math class. So I didn't take a math class that year. I can tell you about dozens of other times in my life when I wanted something, considered pursuing it, but didn't. It's happened a lot. In fact, if I had to come up with a hashtag that summarized most of my life, it would be hashtag almost did, but didn't. How many of you have done that? Raise your hands. All right. So that's all of you have pulled and almost did, but didn't. Raise your hands if the voice that told you not to try, the voice that convinced you that you couldn't, was your own. Yeah, think about that. In all 3 scenarios that I described, I was the one that didn't believe in me. Granted, there was a fair amount of external criticism as well. It is almost impossible to look around these days and not be reminded of our shortcomings, because sadness sells. We live in a culture that so effectively exploits our insecurities that we now have an economy that thrives on the monetization of our misery. But when I reflect on those moments, my almost did but didn'ts, the voice that I remember doing the most damage to my dreams was my own. When did we start becoming our own impediments? Why have we become our own burdens? And how do we stop it? It was only in the last year or 2 that I began asking these questions and seeing a different reality for myself. If my voice had the power to hurt me, then maybe it had the power to heal me too. Instead of putting myself down, maybe I could use my voice to propel myself forward. And instead of my mind being a hostile environment, maybe it could be my sanctuary. I've spent a lot of time within my body in the last few months, building that sanctuary, speaking with my spirit, feeding my faith, recognizing my reflection. Every day, I feel my body grow stronger, my mind grow clearer, and my spirit grow lighter. I am releasing the burdens that were never mine to bear. I am pushing myself in ways that I never believed possible, and I am recommitting to my values, reimagining the world that we live in, and closing the gap between who I am and who I have always wanted to be. 2 years ago, ASOSU had openings in its executive branch. I wanted a position, but this time, instead of telling myself that I wasn't impressive enough to earn it, I told myself to focus on submitting the best application I could. I applied, and I was fortunate enough to be selected as that year's coordinator of women's affairs. Last spring, the Miss Washington County Scholarship Pageant was taking place in my hometown. I wanted to compete, and instead of telling myself that I wasn't talented enough to win, I told myself to dedicate time every single day to improving my performance. I competed, and not only did I win the title of Miss Washington County, but I won the overall talent award for my age division. I took that same talent to the Miss Oregon pageant later that summer and won a preliminary talent award for my performance. Any guesses on the song that I sang? It was Reflection. Build yourself a sanctuary that is sweet but strong. Make it flexible but formidable. If you can find solace within yourself, if you can create a space of healing that is available to you at all times, you will grow more ambitious, more courageous, and have an even greater capacity for empathy than you ever thought possible. Become your greatest ally, and you will never fight any battle alone. When I graduate from OSU next month, I will leave having conquered 5 terms of calculus and many other classes that would have terrified me in high school. Because instead of telling myself I wasn't smart enough to become an engineer, I focused on turning my almost did but didn't into almost didn't but dids. And you can too. Thank you.
Can we give it up one more time for Shivali Kadam? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you again so much for being here as a speaker and a judge. We appreciate you. Before we run our second set of garments, Ameer, how about we do some trivia? How's that sound?
I'm a fan. I am a fan. Okay.
I think that's the move.
So for this trivia game, each question gives someone from the audience a chance to win a Dutch Bros gift card. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I want 5 volunteers on stage. And I'm deciding,
So we got someone right
you
here.
with the red headband.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
1. Let's see. Come on. Who do you guys want to have your friends come on? If you're going to leave this up to us, it's going to be up to
I'm
us.
thinking if you leave it up to us, it'll be random.
Yep.
Boom, both of you guys.
Both you guys right there. There we go.
The young lass in the hat, how about that one?
Oh, Dan, I see someone right there in the hat. Oh, yeah, all right.
Boom, okay, we need one more.
All right, if you guys want to come around over here to our waving producer on the side, she'll help you get back and up on stage.
Perfect,
We need one more. Oh, I see someone pointing. Who do we got? Oh, way in the back. I see you. You, way in the back, yes.
Come
yes.
on up.
Come
Yes,
on
love
down.
it. Could we get a round of applause for our brave audience members?
I'm excited.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling
I'm ready to ask some questions. These are difficult.
it. Truth.
Yes. All right. Here they come. Welcome.
So, do you guys perchance have names?
Yeah.
Taylor Talent.
Taylor, welcome. You want to just take the seat furthest down near Ameer? What's up, ma'am? What's your name?
Ryan Dio.
Ryan, welcome. Hello, what's your name?
Tatiana Statham.
Tatiana, welcome. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Polly Lisacek.
Hi, Polly, nice to meet you. And lastly, but certainly not least, who are you?
I'm Shasha Andrews.
Shasha, thank you so much for coming up here. Guys, one more time for all our very brave contestants for trivia tonight. All right, I think it's time for the first question. Ameer, is it time to test some knowledge?
I'm ready for it.
All righty. Now, which of these statements is true of communicating regarding sexual consent? True or false? Consent is voluntary and enthusiastic. So how about this? Because y'all don't have mics than I do. If you think if you guys think it's true, stand up. I think that's a pretty clear winner.
Honestly, yeah,
I think
unanimous,
that's a very
unanimous.
definite-
Oh, y'all so
Yeah.
smart. I love it.
Amir, what's our next question?
What was that?
What's our next question?
Our next question is true or false. It is the responsibility of the initiator to determine if the other person is consenting or able to consent. Stand if you believe that is true. It is the question was true or false. It is the responsibility of the initiator to decide if the initiated upon party is consenting.
If the initiator is responsible to determine... yeah,
The answer is false. No. Okay, so
messing with everybody.
so the idea behind this is the person initiating the sexual act has to receive consent from the other person before there is a consenting act. I apologize for wording it the way I did.
I apologize. Hey, it's a group thing. We're all in this together, right? That's a High School Musical song I can reference, right? Get me, right? Thank you. It's on my motivation playlist this morning. I felt good today. True or false, to keep moving on. Consent cannot be assumed if you have previously been intimate. True, if you believe that is the correct answer. Please stand. Okay, one more time. Consent cannot be assumed if you have previously been intimate. Very good.
Boom, boom, boom.
Last question.
Finally, true or false, consent cannot be given by a person who is incapacitated or unconscious as a result of alcohol or other narcotic usage.
I think that's a sweeping one. I'm glad everybody
Love
knew
that.
that.
I
There
love
we go.
that.
All right, on to our next round of questions.
You want to hit the next one?
Do you want me to hit the next one?
I would love that.
I can do that. If I ask my partner to hang out and he or she would rather be alone, that means something must be wrong. True or false? First person to stand up and answer? Technical difficulties.
Okay. So, skirting past that one.
Yep.
True or false? A negative STI test means you are in the clear. Please raise your hand and answer.
First person to raise your hand. Okay, you ready to answer?
You're in the clear.
Yeah,
You're
you are
good.
in the
You're
clear.
cooling.
All right, everybody so we hear you. True or false?
False.
That is correct. That is not necessarily true. It means that STI wasn't in your body at the time of the test. Infections can be caused by a virus like HIV, which can take as long as 3 months to show up after you've been exposed. A follow-up test in 3 more months will let you know for sure.
Next question. Condoms increase overall sexual satisfaction. True or false?
The answer?
False.
I apologize, but our consensus disagrees with you. So the answer is true, okay? Research has shown that Research has shown that condom use does increase overall sexual satisfaction. People often wrongly peg condoms as mood killers and sensation stealers, but neglect that sex is a whole body experience. When your mind is at ease because you know you're taking the steps to prevent you from getting STI, your body is at ease as well. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Holistic.
Holistic. All right. This is a multiple choice question. Hope you guys are not over your midterms just yet. The best place to keep a wallet is A, your wallet. B,
The best place to keep a condom is...
Did I say a wallet? The best place to keep your wallet is wherever your wallet is. How about the best place to keep a condom? I think that makes a little bit more sense. The best place to keep a condom is A, your wallet, B, a nightstand, C, the glove box, or D, your refrigerator. All right, I need someone to raise their hands. Polly.
I said all 4, but
That is not what our
That is
consensus
not
has told
Are
us.
there any other opinions here?
It's B.
It is B, the nightstand, yes.
If your partner pulls one out of their wallet or glove compartment, make a quick trip to the closest pharmacy or grocery store to buy yourself some new ones. Condoms are more likely to break down when they've been exposed to air, heat, friction, and light for a long time. Cool, dry storage places where they won't get folded is ideal. Check the expiration date on the wrapper before you suit up. Most condoms are good for 3 to 5 years. If a condom is dry, sticky, or stiff, when you take it out of the package, get a new one. If you want to carry a condom with you, it will be okay in a front pocket or bag for a few hours, but keep it away from sharp objects, y'all.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Yeah, last one.
Last one. This answer may be different for different people, but can you name one safe space on campus for students that has been talked about this evening? Yes.
Student health services.
Yes. That's
That is
one.
correct.
Can you think of any others? Can you think of any others? That is correct.
Yeah, no, we're open to all.
Caps.
Caps, yes.
Caps, yes. Any others? Got a few more.
There's no wrong answer except for the wrong ones.
Yeah, here.
what's the Sexual Advocacy and Awareness Center?
Sexual Assault Resource Center?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
That is one. There you go.
Boom. Okay, that is all of them. Thank you to all our brave volunteers for coming up and participating in our trivia. Please follow me off stage to receive your Dutch Bros gift cards. Vámonos.
Whew. What do you guys think? One more time for everybody who came up here, played some trivia with us tonight? Somebody's getting some free coffee. I don't know about y'all. I need some. I've been up early. Oh, there you are.
Hello.
I thought you were going to come back in over there.
No. I like to be unpredictable.
Okay.
But in any case, without further ado, we are going to begin the second segment of our fashion show.
Let's get it started.
Whoop whoop!
Ghana is a senior apparel design major. When designing her garment, she really thought about what the color red meant to her. For her, it brought back a lot of memories about being a little girl and getting dressed up for the holidays. This specific design is inspired by that vintage fashion and how the roles of women are changing. Give it up.
And here we have Alora Unger. Alora is a junior in apparel design and merchandising management. She constructed her design to represent the ways you learn about love. I watched HBO. One garment represents how you learn about love out in the world and on your own, and the second garment represents learning about how to love in school and how sometimes it can be upside down. Give it up for Alora. And last but not least, we have Amber Hill. Amber is a junior in apparel design at OSU. Her main inspiration was from African hand-printed fabric, combined with her love for jumpsuits. The bold print and subtle silhouette make it a game changer.
All right. One more time for all of our fantastic designers and models tonight. Absolutely stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. So, for our last keynote speaker of the evening, Ameer, we have an impactful speaker from House of
Dharma.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm having difficulties flipping. There we go. Lynn Benton's biggest drag family who provide groundbreaking gender performance art entertainment here in Corvallis, while working to empower and provide services to the LGBTQ plus community, especially those individuals on the trans and non-gender conforming spectrums. Let's give it up for Dharma Ahmed Mirza.
Go Dharma.
Thank you, folks. Before I begin, I just want to give a shout out to all the folks who couldn't be boldly themselves tonight, and for all the lives that have lost for being boldly themselves. So. Caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it's self-preservation, and that is an act of political warfare. Audre Lorde. When I think about being boldly me, this quote rings in my ear, because my life has been a war to simply survive under the pressures of marginalization, trauma, and self-hatred. Many of you folks who know me know that I strive to be boldly myself, unabashedly resisting expectations of my body, my mind, my expression, my sexuality, and my gender. But being boldly myself has not always been an accessible or possible thing for me and many others like me because of the hindrances of systemic barriers, discrimination, and an inability to articulate self-love in the form of self-care. My name is Dharma Mirza. I'm a biracial, queer, transgender woman in Hydra living here in the Corvallis community. Many of you may know me from my work as a drag performer, community organizer, and educational advocate here in the region. The spark of my passion, though, lies in the concept of self-love and the desire to help other folks to become as boldly themselves as I have found the power to be. From a young age, growing up in northern Utah in a conservative Pakistani Muslim household, I was taught to disavow my emotions and be what the world wanted me to be. A straight, cisgender, white, Sunni, strong, emotionless man. But honestly, none of these fit the bill. I knew from a young age that I was queer, and further down the line, I realized I was a transgender woman in Hydra. Discussions of health in my household, though, only went as far as shallow analysis of physical symptoms and ignoring the self inside the body I was dreading. It was a constant dialogue in my head, perpetually aware of the way I was walking, talking, dressing, and acting to mask my true self from the world and to protect myself from more violence and hardship. My childhood was reruns of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse at the hands of my family, peers, the police, and the culture of growing up different in a place that conditions folks to live and be in a narrowly articulated conception of self. The pressure and neglect ended up manifesting itself in serious drug and alcohol abuse starting at 13 years old. I hated my body, I hated my life, and I hated being very un-me. Being unable to discuss my own feeling of mental distress, I had to find solace in dissociation via substance use. The thought of being mentally ill, depressed, or suffering from the history of trauma I had experienced was something my father and my family was ashamed of. In our culture, you weren't supposed to talk about that stuff. So I had to bottle it up and tough it out. Despite the pervasiveness of neurodivergence and history of addiction in my family, we wouldn't address these issues and ended up with broken children caught up in cycles of self-hatred, abuse, and despair. As a teen, I was struggling with bipolar disorder, self-harm, and PTSD with no relief. The lowest point in my life was the end of high school. I started my senior year and began to discover that I could no longer hide who I was. I found solace in the rave and party scene in Salt Lake City. It was on the dance floor that I discovered the femme, eccentric, expressive being I was, and that I was meant to be, my boldly me. When you finally come to realize who you were always meant to be, it can be a scary thing, but it's also a revolutionary feeling. On the one hand, I was finding there was spaces I could thrive and exist, and on the other hand, I wanted to take it all back and hide. But there's no going back when it comes to being oneself. I'd come out as queer to friends and at school, but still had to hide my true self from my family. Unable to juggle the expectations in society and self-realization, I jumped headfirst into crippling amphetamine and party drug abuse. I went from 300 pounds to 115 pounds in the course of 6 months. Barely able to walk across the stage at graduation, I fell into a darker depression after my friends and family started to speak up against my drug addiction, while not realizing there was more than just an addiction at play, but a pervasive denial of who I was. Losing all the weight led to an eating disorder that I still struggle with, not wanting to go back to the dark place that society pushes you into when you are not thin. I went to rehab for the first time in 2011, and it was in treatment that I first told another person I was transgender. With the mentoring of a nurse, I discovered gender variance and decided to explore this shadow self I had always hid from the world. The pressure was too much, though, and I tried to end my life. After this attempt, I left treatment and came home. I came out to my family as queer, and to my father especially, I thought the walls would just crumble. But though many in my family were supportive, many were ardently opposed to me being myself. Some still want me dead. It was easy at first just coming out as queer, but I explored my gender identity more, and I was pushed to make a decision. In 2011, I could still lose my job, my housing, and more for just being queer in Utah. Nonetheless, transgender. I came out as trans in late 2011 in a last-ditch attempt to get clean, and it worked, but as I started to explore this true self, I started to lose my interest in being fucked up all the time, and I just wanted to be a new me. I had to leave my home and find my bold self somewhere else that I could be free. I moved to Oregon in early 2012. Initially, it was rough. I was still getting clean, very sick, and doing sex work and selling drugs to survive. But slowly, the community here became the catalyst for my metamorphosis into a bold, healthy me. I found a thriving queer and transgender community. I was able to be reborn and recreate myself, something everybody wants to do. They call it transition, and I couldn't think of a better term for it, because I wasn't just shifting my own presentation, I was shifting my paradigms about self-love and articulating myself with the momentum of growing societal recognition of queer and trans bodies. I finally had the support of friends who knew the real me, being happily engaged in school and taking care of my body. I poured myself into community activism and social justice advocacy. It was through doing the work that I really understand that you can't help anyone else if you aren't taking care of yourself. After years of fierce advocacy, community programming, and more, I cracked under the pressure of my mental illness after being sexually assaulted by a partner in 2016. Despite my years of activism and being a go-to for service referrals in the community, I was unable to utilize the same resources I so ardently gave to others. I was the strong one for my community for a long time. being a drag mother, community leader, and inspiration for many, but I couldn't bring myself to take care of me anymore. I quit my job, left our community, and moved away. I dived into a hardcore relapse using meth and heroin to cope with trauma. In late 2016, I was sexually assaulted by someone with HIV, and it changed my life for good. After some time, my drag family came to my aid and saved me from what my life had become: endless drug use, survival sex work, and negotiating my trauma alone in the alleys of Eugene. I thought I had lost the bold me I had worked so hard to become, but it was an impasse to becoming the even bolder me that I had inside. I moved back here to Corvallis, got clean, got diagnosed with HIV, and started to focus on living a healthier life. I realized that the pressure to help others had left my own preservation on the back burner. Even when doing positive work, you can't effectively advocate for social justice or even survive without taking care of yourself first. The drag scene in my chosen family here in Corvallis helped me get back on my feet. And now I'm really thriving, regularly organizing space for queer, trans, and intersex folks here in Corvallis and beyond. Becoming Pause made me realize that I needed to use all of my trauma and hurt to channel change for folks by putting my health first and changing myself as a radical act of self-care. Being open and vulnerable about myself is an important change as well. I no longer feel the need to hide my own struggles under the guise of supposedly having it all together. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes we all slip. But it's a matter of empowering ourselves and others to continue to be boldly themselves, even if it seems like it's selfishness. It's not. The most selfless thing we can do in this world is love ourselves and take care of ourselves. The world would have you believe that a woman like me can't exist. But here I am, boldly queer, boldly trans, boldly vulnerable, boldly recovering, boldly me. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Dharma Mirza for being so bold. It is stories like hers that allow individuals to learn to accept themselves, and they're amongst the most important things that we do at these type of events. So, without further ado, next up we have Oregon State's female a cappella group, Divine.
One, two, three, four.
Let me tell you, baby, don't need no diamonds on my body, got no greed in my eyes. Can you feel me? Yeah, in a brand new Bentley. I'll tell you now, it makes no difference. Just want all of your time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you kiss me like I'm dreaming, like I'm 1 in a million, and I think it's time you figured it out. Oh, 'cause you know I got that something, and it won't cost you nothing. I already feel expensive enough. Turn that gold into dust. That's what matters. Oh, yeah, yeah. Your money don't buy love. No, 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 your money don't buy love. Your money don't buy love. So call me crazy. No, I ain't staring at your pockets. I ain't digging for dimes. Can you feel me? Yeah. And the fact is, baby, we've all been taught to chase that dollar, but that's not on my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you kiss me like I'm kiss me like I'm dreaming, like I'm 1 in a million. And I think it's time you figured it out. How? 'Cause you know I got that something, and it won't cost you nothing. I already feel expensive enough. Turn that gold into dust. That's what matters. Oh, yeah, yeah. Your money don't buy love. No, your money don't buy love. All the colors of the rainbow hid underneath my skin. Hearts of colors, don't we all know? Red runs through our veins. Feel the fire burning up. Inspire me with blood of blue and green. I have hope. Inside is not a heart, but a kaleidoscope. And another one bites the dust. Oh, why can I not conquer love? And I might have thought that we were one. Wanted to fight this war without weapons. And I wanted it bad. But there were so many red flags. Now another one bites the dust. Yeah, let's be clear, I trust no one. You did not break me, and I'm still fighting for peace. Well, I've got thick skin and an elastic heart, but your blade it might be too sharp. I'm like a rubber band until you pull too hard. Yeah, I may stop and I move fast. You won't see me fall apart. Oh, 'cause I've got an elastic heart. I've got an elastic heart. I've got an elastic heart. Oh, and I will stay up through the night. Yeah, let's be clear, won't close my eyes. And I know that I can survive. I walk through fire to save my life. And I want my life so bad. I'm doing everything I can. Now another one bites the dust. It's hard to lose a chosen one. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 I've got
Let's give a round of applause for the singers of Divine.
One more time, one more time. Whew.
All right, folks. So while the judges review all the gorgeous garments we've all seen tonight, and they're gonna tally up their scores, we're gonna have one final walkthrough, yeah?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. What do you guys think? Are we just up here talking to ourselves, or we're like, one more walkthrough? Yeah, right? There's some awesome stuff made tonight. Let's see it one more time. DJ, you ready? Let's hit it.
Boom.
Let's focus on communicating. I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location. Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. At times I wonder why I fool with you. This is new to me. This is new to you. Initially, I didn't wanna fall for you. My attention, it was all for you. So don't take advantage. You'll leave my heart damaged to understand that things go a little bit better when you plan it. So just send me your location. Let's focus on communicating. I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location. Let's ride the vibration.
Round of applause for our models.
Woo! One more for the designers.
One round of applause for the DJ.
Yes, yes. Two for the people working behind the stage making this all happen.
Woo! And one final round of applause for my wonderful co-host,
Ameer Fofanah. All right, so hold you guys in suspense just a little bit longer. Our judges are still working on those numbers right now. We have got the, we have the winners of the quizzes from the beginning of the meeting. We've got some names, and if you hear your screen name come up, you are going to head right over to the table here at the front that you came into, and you're going to claim your gift card to Dutch Bros. So, Vela, TS, Walla, She, Sunny, Molly, Rachel, Sarah, and Emily. If that was your screen name for the game behind me, congratulations, you have just won a gift card to Dutch Bros.
Woo! And last, but most definitely not least, please can I get a round of applause for you guys? We do this for you guys. Without you guys, it wouldn't be a thing, so we appreciate all of you.
So we're giving it up for you. What do you think? It's time?
I think it's about time.
Is this it?
Yeah.
This is what we've been, yeah? This is
waiting
what we're up
for.
to.
Moment, okay.
There's a drum roll cliche here.
I think it would be, but let's do it anyway.
I think we do it anyways. Guys, want to help us out? Drum roll. Ameer, you got it right?
I got a lot of things.
You have the thing, right? You have the judge has been working hard on numbers. People are drum rolling. You have the winner, right? Who is the winner?
The winner is Amber Hill.
Congratulations.
As one final tidbit, please join us Saturday in MU Room 13 at...
Huh? What are you... What?
There was an after-party ting.
There's an after-party thing. That's tonight, not Saturday.
What?
Is it on Saturday?
Saturday.
Oh, I have that wrong.
I thought I was crazy.
No, he's right. He's the organized one. So all the information will be up on the screen behind us. This is our big wall of thank yous. This is everybody, guys, behind us who worked so hard. We're just out on stage reading scripts that people worked tirelessly to write, to get the TV cameras put together, to get the people at the photo booths here, to get these gift certificates all organized. This work was done by a lot of really incredible people. So we're asking for one more round of applause for everyone involved in the show and for you guys for coming out tonight.
Without further ado, I have been Amir Fofanah.
I've been Sean Fox.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.